Hi everybody, welcome back for another episode of I Saw It on Pinterest. And as you can see, I've got me a big Diet Mountain Dew sitting over there. I have been hard at it today, crafting away. And I wanted to stop for a minute and do this video. And today we are going to make an attempt at this little pin, and let's see what happens when we trace it. Nothing happens. So that's been the case here lately with a lot of these videos. But basically this looks like they took a piece of linen, whether it was a napkin or a handkerchief or part of a tablecloth, I'm not sure, and they made it an envelope, and then they embellished it. So I'm going to make my version of this, and I'm going to do what they did and keep it fairly neutral so that I can use it in, whatever journal that I feel like that it will go into. It actually will go into the one I'm working on right now. The blue one, because of the lace and things like that. So it may end up in there, or it may end up in the green one I'm working on, which is similar to my journal that I work in on the color combo. So we will see. Give me just a second. I'm going to take a drink of my drink here. My throat's getting a little scratchy. I don't want to sound like a frog. Okay, so we're going to attempt this. I have no idea really how it's done since I can't trace it anywhere. So I'm going to do what I can do, and we'll see what we can come up with. So in preparation, put my iPad out of the way here, because it takes up too much of, sorry about that. I didn't mean to slam that shut like that. It takes up too much of my workspace when I'm trying to film. This is the journal that I was referring to, and I think it would be fine in there. Let me put it over here as well. All right, so this is what I have done. I have this piece of, it was like a table runner, and I cut it to a square that is 7 inches by 7 inches, and I cut it on the diagonal so that I could have a corner that had the nice little crocheted trim. Okay. And then I cut a piece of scrapbook or digital paper, and I cut it as well. And when I did, I figured out that the crochet on this is not totally straight, and so I'm gonna glue this on here, but then I'm probably gonna have to trim the paper a little bit to make it where it will work correctly, because if I go inside this seam, I can get it on this seam, inside this seam, okay, but see what happens here. So their little crochet line is not even. So I'm going to try and put it up on the crochet and get it as even as I can, which means my paper probably won't be even at the end, and we'll have to square it up. All right. And I am going to put Fabri-Tac on the trim part because I don't think glue stick will hold it. And then I'm going to use glue stick for the other because I want to be able to manipulate and move it around a little bit. Now they stitched around theirs and I do not sew, but you're more than welcome, if you do this, of course, to stitch. And I didn't fill this bottle up. I keep telling myself that I need to fill it up. And do I? No, because that would make total sense. It's not clogged, it's just not coming down. There we go. Alright, so just along this little seam, I'm going to put Fabri-Tac. This glue drives me crazy. And then everywhere else, I'm going to use glue stick. Had a piece of paper stuck on it, like a little, where you clip the edges of the paper. And I'm going to be quite heavy-handed with it. Part of the reason that I'm using the glue stick is I don't want it to seep through, and I don't want it to be too terribly stiff, even though we're going to put paper. Now, what I did not think about when I was cutting my paper is that it's going to be on the diagonal. Had I thought about that, I would have trimmed the paper differently. And what I mean by that is, this is going to be the top, and so my printing that I printed on here is going to be sideways. You know, it's not going to be straight up and down. If that matters to you, you might want to think about that when you're putting down your paper. And I'm going to try and get as many of these wrinkles out. In a perfect world, you know, I probably would have ironed this before I did it. But I didn't. And I think I can get most of it out. Just kind of fiddling with it. Okay, so that's what we have. Now, and actually, I think the fabric kind of stretched out. Shows a little bit there, but I don't think that's gonna matter. Alright, so now what we want to do is find the center, and I've already folded both ways, and I know my center's right there. So I'm gonna bring this side in to that center point and fold it. And I'm gonna bring this side in to the center point and fold it. And I am not taking the trim into consideration when I'm folding this. I'm folding it based on the paper in the corner of the fabric, not including the trim. Okay, so we have that. And then this will come up, and I'm going to come up just a little higher. Like that. And there will be a little bit of paper that shows right there. So depending on if that bothers you or not, you know, you may want to trim it down a little bit. And I think I will. And I didn't get that edge very good anyway with the glue stick. This edge has paper showing, but it doesn't matter because it's going to be covered up. The only paper that's showing that's not going to be covered up is this little piece right here. So I'm going to take my scissors and cut it off just a tad, just like that. All right, so now that's what we have. Now I'm going to take this little piece of eyelet, and I don't need that bottom part. And I want to stick it right inside there. Raise it up just a little bit. All right. A little bit more. Okay, and I'm going to glue it to one side. And then I'm going to glue it to the other side. And then I can glue this up. And I'm going to use Fabri-Tac for that. And I should have left it upside down. So basically now we're just creating our envelope. Okay, Now I'm going to do a little bit of inking, and I think I'm going to start off with antique linen and see if that's going to give me enough color. If it is, then that's where I'm going to stop, and if not, then we'll go maybe a vintage photo or something, but I'm going to see first with this. Yeah, I think that's going to be fine. I don't want anything too heavy. All right. Now let's glue our little pieces of trim on. And I just took some scraps that were kind of similar to what they had. And they used random colors, so I did the same. And then I'm going to put these two little girls in the pocket. I think theirs was, you know, one digital that had the people on it, but I didn't have anything like that, so that's why I have a separate little Tim Holtz paper doll deal. I'm gonna ink this up. Okay, let me glue this in there. I had used this or glued it down in a previous something and decided I didn't like it, I guess. But it's perfect for this one, I think. Okay, and then we will use Fabri-Tac to put our little pieces of trim on. Again, I didn't leave it upside down. I will fill up my bottle immediately after this video. I could just reach over and get my big bottle. sometimes on these pieces it's hard to tell what's the right side. See, that one looks no different to me. How about not sticking to my finger and stick to the other pieces? All right. So yeah, so now we have a little pocket that you could put something in if you wanted, but it's fully decorated and cute just like it is. So if you put it in a journal, which it may be a little bit big for this one, a little wide, but we'll see. So let's say if you're gonna put it here, yeah, it's a little wide for this one. Maybe not though. Yeah, a little wide. Then you could, you know, make it a pocket. You could also glue it so you had to tuck here and here. Let's look in the green journal and see. It's a little bit bigger. Like I said, it will go in either, really. Yeah, see, it fits nicely in there. And it matches this one as well because it has the doilies and stuff. So yeah, that's it. Quick one. And it actually is pretty sturdy, guys. I mean, I'm surprised that it is that sturdy with just that printable on the back side, because it's just copy paper. So yeah, I mean, if you used something like cardstock, it would be, you know, even more sturdy, but I think that's plenty sturdy because you're going to put it on a page anyway. So by the time that you put it on a page, you know, it's going to be fine. I really wish it would fit in this one. We might be able to get by with it in this one. I mean, it would stick over a little bit, but I don't have a problem with that. But I think it would be cute in this one. We could tie in the red and blue. Where would be a good place for it? Someplace where I have blue paper, like there. Be really cute. And you could put something, you know, red or blue there, like a button or something like that, if you wanted to tie it in even more. It's a page not done yet. It looks better on the Blue Pages, I think. Oh, I like it on that one. So yeah, there we go. And like I said, I couldn't trace that. And it actually looks like some kind of a like an advertising site or something like that. So but it doesn't even look like a real, somebody's probably just taken somebody's photo, like unfortunately people are doing these days. And then, you know, attach some kind of junk to it. So I'm sorry I can't give credit to whoever. If this is your pen, thank you. I really enjoyed it. And I hope everyone tries this. It's a good way to use a nice vintage, you know, piece of fabric or a table runner or a hanky. You could use a hanky. Several things you could use. And like I said, you know, even if you did sew, you know, you would sew all the way around the paper, you know, where I glued around it, you would sew around that. And that would give you nice stitching all the way around. But I like it glued too, so. Anyways, that wraps up this one. I know it was kind of quick. Sometimes they're quicker than others, so I will see you guys back on Friday for the 50 Stack Challenge 3. And until then, continue to have a good week. And I will talk to you later. Bye.